Alrighty, g'day guys, welcome to another game of Legend TD on FBG. Can I do it, please? I mean, it's so much more fun than playing Zombie, and Zombie's not even that good. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I think it is just too much fun. Yeah, it's like, I'm supposed to play Zombie, it's just, this is more fun and more interesting. And you don't get a chance to play it very often. And sorry, bloody hell. Looking at my team's roles, like, around level 10. Around level 10. Like, I'm assuming we're just gonna overbuild if we're starting like this. I don't think you ever start like this and go into YOLO because it's so bad on 4, you can't push it anyway. You're 2-0 for 3, and you can't really push much for 4. There's obviously like Aqua, and like, I feel like this probably overbuilds as well. If you want to YOLO this, I think you actually start Nightmare. I think Nightmare is a better YOLO setup, but if you want to overbuild setup, then yeah, starting like this makes sense. Yeah, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that it looks like my team's wanting to overbuild, so I can do the push setup with this. Come on, fine for me. Blood Orc's on 4. Yeah, I can do the push setup with this. Which is essentially just instead of being whatever /1 push for 7, you just go like 7-2. And you probably hold Firmid or like clear versus a bigger send. Which seems more appropriate given what my team's looking at doing. The thing about playing Zombie as well in this game, like, I'm not going to justify it as like the correct decision, but like, these two guys probably overbuilding just kills Zombie YOLO. Like, it's pretty unlikely if I play Zombie I have a good game. Unless I get random feed on 2 or 3. With 2 polars in the start, we're actually pretty bad on 3, so I'm just going to stay. Especially with the 4-0 here. This is like very potentially leaking no send. I'm not actually certain. I want to say it does. I think this leaks to no send. I'm not certain, but I think this leaks to no send. So how are we for? We're absolutely terrible on 4. That's scary. Mermaid in front. Mermaid in front is fine. Potentially a little questionable on 4, but it tends to walk. So it'll be like, it'll probably be okay on 4, to be honest. Use its first shield on itself, but it shouldn't be a complete waste. It's like a little awkward after this becomes a Magnetor. I think it's not a good placement for an overbuild either, so I'm not the biggest fan of it. But, you know, it's not terrible. Once again, I'm only making the assumption that we want to overbuild, like, I'm not actually certain. We probably send Bloodhawk, right? Okay, I mean, it does leak, but not too bad. Could have been like a couple of less creeps if he was a little bit luckier as well, with the Dark Mage sniping the low ones. Send is fine, it's just like, do we go Bloodhawk? I would assume we go Bloodhawk considering they were quick. Dark Troll? Okay. I don't like Dark Troll as much, but can be okay. It's going to be a 7-0, I think. Orange Commander, but Hermit's pretty okay here. Well, I don't know that Hermit's okay, but once again, given the kill speed, I think Hermit is probably pretty good. Fast kill speed, likely they have some AoE going on. Right, so we are going to the overbuild setup, at least for now. We're not certain. Like, I don't know if we're actually planning to overbuild or it's just building because we're bad on 4, which we definitely are. Like, I've got the same problem, right? I have to add silly amounts of value on 4 because otherwise it's just like, got very lucky here, actually. I'd hold without that last egg sack potentially, looking at how insane this focus is. But most of the time it's not. Okay, another small league. That's alright though. I really don't think they sent 5 into what we showed. Seems unlikely, especially like they're saying 2 riders mid on 4. I don't think they 5 into rider. Okay, Privateer with Spear Militia. Did the Spear too early. No, actually, maybe not. Maybe not with Privateer because of the range on the initial attacks, depending where it's placed. I would probably rather leave the Militia melee, but potentially it's not actually worse. And 7 attack. Okay. And that's honestly like already pretty okay for us. Like, it's not a big goal, but just scouting that king is quite nice. King Sun, we're not going to be resending much 7 if we do that, but okay. But with Thorn, maybe that's like fine, I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely just going to do the 7-2. And do it that way. This is just liking again here. Okay. It's kind of a problem since we lose a lane that would have been good on 10 otherwise. So Aqua might need to step up. You should have like an okay game though. Just in the sense that it's like there was time on 3 and 4. A little bit of money for him potentially on 3 and 4. Like Aqua doesn't need a lot, you know? So hopefully he can do well on 10. Obviously I can't. So sorry. HellRaiser, as much as it's fun to meme like, oh, 3 bosses, HellRaiser hits 3 targets, therefore HellRaiser is anti-10. HellRaiser is not anti-10. Honestly, I kind of hope the Aqua gets feed here. Right, I'm just going to stay 7-2, I think. Upgrade the second HellRaiser and then just rest egg sacks. I don't like Murgle. Hopefully they don't send Murgle. We got 2 lanes leaking here. It's probably no Caleb. It's Militia on TL as well. I was going to say there's no way it's 4 spin militias from 1 person. Especially like 1 person that already has 2 privateers as well. That's just unrealistic. You hope they're 6? They're not going to 6. They have absolutely 0 reason to 6. Especially with starting 7 attack. Well, I say starting, especially with the 7 attack. I just assumed they did it on 1 or so. Okay, we got the highborn. I mean, it's like it does make some sense. Because it's like if you put it there, you feel like you should upgrade it, but it's not really good for 7, unfortunately. Like, it's pretty fragile. And it doesn't offer that much. Okay, I'm not going to do any king for a bit. We'll see how much... We'll see if we actually end up sending. I don't know if we will or not. Yeah, we probably don't send enough to break, unless we, like, full. But full is probably not very sensible. Fucking fire archer. Nice, nice, nice. 23 legs. That's the lane that's like actually just straight up dead or what? Farm it. It's probably not terrible. Don't think I'd bother, but good push. Our push is terrible. Did I just fuck up? I hope not. Nah, 7-2 is enough. It's 28. It's actually going to be really close. I'm not going to have time for 5x sacks, am I? Oh no, maybe I will. Come on. Yeah, I don't think those are like optimally placed, but hopefully it'll be okay. These two should have been a little bit further back. But it's still gonna like work out. Oh, nice. Muggle to that side is perfect. Actually, all the sends going where they went. That's super good. Yeah, that's exactly what I want actually. That's lucky, but it's gonna make me do really fucking well. Yeah, and this is like the 7-2 setup. As I said, like, clears pretty well versus relatively big send. Probably misplaced one of those egg sacks slightly, but it's okay. Alright, I mean relatively successful overall, especially given... especially given that I, like, gave myself a lot on. Yeah, the highborn just didn't do him any favours, I think. I didn't watch his lane, I watched mine, because, you know, mine's interesting. But I think the immolation... I mean, it doesn't fucking matter, though. We're gonna full send after the 7 attack anyway. It's, like, actually not relevant. We're happier that they have Immo than if they have Shockwave. Because they're gonna burn the heal anyway. Shockwave, this is not a heal. I wonder how many heals we're gonna lose. I think the answer is, like, 4. Anyway, yeah, basically, I just think the highborn really didn't do him any favours. Probably just, like, 1 Magna and spam fucking riders. Should only be 3 heals, actually. 1 Magna, like, Brain Dead rider spam was probably just mid, like, I'm not gonna say it's a good build to say, but it probably would have done the job, considering they didn't send earlier. -1. I mean, we took a heal, so the Ferment's not bad. Like, the Ferment, realistically, it trades the heal for a heal, which is okay for us, I think. Yeah, the problem with this build now is I like the full wave on 8, because I do the double HellRaiser setup. Instead of triple. Triple you can do okay, because it's like enough damage. That's okay. Just be ready to eat, I guess. Don't skip your build completely. Doesn't necessarily mean stay 6-1, but I want the Aqua to go mid. I'm a little concerned that he won't. And I still don't think it makes sense to stay lower push. Alright, so we had a pretty good level 7 with this, so I'm happy about that. As you can see, this is just unfortunately the way of this build on range levels. Like, you know, you just know when you decide to play this that, like, this is how it looks on 8 unless you go, like, 1250, 1300 value. Which you can do, I just... In a game where, like, anyone else is overbuilding, I prefer to play it this way. If you have this sort of build, and somehow the game gets really fat, like Goal Warriors, Clog, whatever, it can make sense to just full defend 7. Nice, Aqua got mid? Yeah, good. It can make sense to just, like, fully defend 7. Just to, like, save heals and then push afterwards. Like, the push is lighter and slower, but definitely can make sense in some games. Not in a faster game like this, in my opinion. I don't like actually building a lot with it. I'm not sure how we're supposed to survive turn. How much regen? 5. Okay, we do have some regen. Not sure how we're supposed to survive 10 if we skip. I mean, maybe we just get lucky and that's how it works. Did Ascend in here? Was it 3 snipers if he left the druid? Nah, it wasn't. Okay, all good. I'm gonna say 3 snipers would be better with the bank gold, but it doesn't quite reach it. Not sure who's holding here. Hopefully he just is. Ascendant's pretty good, but it's always marginal when you have, like, more or less nothing in front of Aquas. Like, I'm not going to count 1 Spectre. It does help, actually, that 1 Spectre. It does help a lot, but it's also just, like, not very much. Go, like, Spawn is pretty good. Yeah, nice thing is I generally do well-ish on 9, depending some RNG with HellRaiser snipes. 9 is, like, pretty low damage level. The RNG I have is excellent. Yeah, it's excellent, actually. Very, very lucky. So I'm doing well. And I'm leaking 3 creeps. How good. Or a spawn lock, right? I'm not sure why our carry Aqualane is doing 2 flips, but I mean, it's fine. Guess if we needed it. I was kind of like brain switched off for a sec. Yeah, okay, he did leak here as well, which is not great. I think, why are you building another Hellraiser if it sucks on 10? I haven't, like, I don't know what we want in the mid-game at the moment, but I do know that we don't have much anti-15. We have, like, a little bit with the range buff Griffins, but I probably almost need to save already. I think I should save. Maybe the team wants to send more. I know there's 1 Warlock missing, but I think we just choose not to worry and just hope that the non-Warlock lands on, like, Purple's dead lane or something. I'm just gonna bank. I think we'll need the king. I'm building this instead of pushing because I want to have the option to leak or to not leak. And, like, 11 and going forwards. 12 is hard, but I have Butcher. Butcher's good 12. Yeah, like, I want to have the option to leak or not leak since we don't... It's kind of funny. Boss is just, like, sniping the HellRaisers, so I'm not actually even killing most of the mass units like I hoped it would. To be fair, I guess I did like half health to a boss, which is something. We're doing 11 bosses. Yeah, it's not that surprising. This is why I saved some wood, but it's not going to be enough. We have a good push. Yeah, let's end it on blue. Yeah, fair enough. There's a hard time leaking then. Honestly, probably got the warlock as well. This person, I'm not sure of it, but I feel like he probably did. 18 attack as boss's rage, that's not enough with just one heal. Max King, we probably don't die, but we absolutely do not have that. Yeah, so what was the problem this game? We kind of ripped our lane a bit and lost our ability to actually do well on 10, despite staying 7-2. Highborn, or the Mermaid in front, I think generally really affected Pink's 7 hold, pretty negatively. I think that made his life really hard on 7, which just made him weaker at 10. Mermaid in front, I don't like it on 10 either. I don't like it in front of Magnetor in general. I like wall clogging with Magnetor, I think it's really good at doing that. And Green's just a little bit fast and loose on a 9. Probably just needed to full build, potentially needed to not go 7-5, but you can't always predict. I mean, I feel like you could predict that we're going to drop 3 heals with Thornmail there, but not going to stress out about that. Because you got the Aqua you want to push. But yeah, that'll be that. Cheers very much for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all of that. And I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.